Hi everyone, welcome to World of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is the big tier 10 tank destroyer. The E4. I had great pleasure in playing a few games in this in a World of Tanks in a wargaming account not so long ago, and I'll tell you, it's an absolute ripper. This replay's been sent in by Jordybro from 1AR Clan. It's a man that needs no introduction whatsoever. Anyone who follows Clan Wars or the forums or general wargaming Asian server gossip and news would probably know of Jordybro, one of the most active players I've ever come across, especially when it comes to tier 10 tanks in general and Clan Wars. Of course, he joined 1AR not so long ago, probably before the last campaign I would guess, and he's absolutely been kicking some goals there, especially in regards to their Clan Wars activities. But this isn't Clan Wars, this is Fisherman's Bay. It's a tier 10 battle, and the big American turreted tank destroyer, the T11OE4, is going up to where TDs often go in the southwestern part of the map, and he's going to be looking to put that big American gun to work. You can see the baby Batchat has been spotted, and he's sort of pushed right into those mediums and IS7 that's not far from Jordybro, and obviously there's a Batchat back there with him, Batchat and the baby Batchat, and of course that Batchat's already picked up a couple of kills to score on 0-2. Those tanks really need to get rid of those medium tanks and that Spick, because they will be lighting them all up for whoever's camping at the back. Jordybro sees the opportunity to put a shot into his old mate IMC Jimmy. IMC Jimmy in the Centurion Action X. Another very active player in 1AR, and he also live streams every now and then, and I can tell you it's very entertaining. I had the pleasure of joining them a bit before Christmas, I think it was, during the Clan Wars break. And it was plenty of shits and giggles on IMC Jimmy's live stream. Anyway, the score now is 2-3. 3-2 now, as Jordybro sends the tier 7 Spick back to the garage, and then the IS7 and the T11OE4 got rid of that baby Batchat and the pesky little AMX 1390. Jordybro puts another shot into IMC Jimmy in the Centurion Action X, and when I saw the lineup, maybe they were doing some count-ins, the 1AR lads, because you can see Struth is also on Jordybro's side in his Object 140, and Hitman 53 also from 1AR. And of course on the other side's IMC Jimmy, as well as Steel Soldier. IMC Jimmy gets sent back. Didn't even wait for that one to aim. That's the big gun on this big tier 10 American tank destroyer. Quick look at the gun stats, the standard rounds, which is all he really needs against these tanks. Does on average 750 damage with 295 penetration. That's massive for a standard round, and of course 375 penetration for the gold rounds. Tries to get a shot into his clanmate in the T11OE4 Steel Soldier, that wasn't quite fully aimed, and Jordybro just taking it a little bit conservatively here. His gun gets damaged, but a quick tap of the 5 key fixes the gun as he looks for another shot on the T11OE4. Looking at the minimap, you can see on the eastern side there's an IS4, a T30 and a lightweight. Look, they're making progress on the eastern flank, and of course the T11OE4 the low and the Object 140 having a good push up the western flank. The RU251, when I saw this RU251 come up here, I thought maybe he's going on an arty run, but there's no artillery in this battle. You often see light techs, when they see a break in the flanks, you often see them try and scoot down to the back of the map to try and clean up the artilleries, but there's no arties in this game. And now there's no RU251 either, as Jordybro picks up his third kill, sending the tier 8 light tank back to the garage to think about whatever his next game's going to be. Again, looking at the mini-map on the western side, Jordybro's side having a good old push down that western flank, and he's looking for a shot on that grill. He reckons that grill's probably going to back up after he takes a shot. No, he's going to go forward, had no idea where that shot went. That was a bit of an unlucky one. It was reasonably well aimed, but it looks like the grill does have a little bit of cover there. And so maybe that shell went into one of the buildings. 9-5 is the score. 2,768 hit points of damage for Jordybro. And I think that might be just about to go up. Just looking for a shot on the American tank destroyer. He hits it for 750 hit points, bringing his damage count up to over 3,500. Not a bad start to the game as he looks for a shot on the lightly armoured Tier 9 German medium tank, the Leopard PTA. That could be an opportunity right there. Fires another 747 hit points of damage. These big, heavily armoured American tanks and their big guns, they absolutely pump the damage out. But looks like Steel Soldier is taking the opportunity to put a bit of pain into who is arguably 1AR's premier caller, but some good manoeuvrability on the big, slow American tank sends the T62A back to the garage. Probably should have kept trying to run around. I'm not sure if he might have been tracked, T62A, I'm not sure. 11-6 is the score. Nearly 5,000 hit points of damage from Jordybro in his T11OE4. And he looks to try and add to it. Not getting too aggressive. He does only have 448 hit points left. A lot of that thanks to Steel Soldier. He's probably watching on as his team crumble. The remaining enemy tanks are all in that northwestern corner, and you can see they're all closing in on him. The IS-4, the T-30, below the IS-7, the T-54, as Jordybro picks up his 5th kill, bringing his damage count up to 5,500 hit points. He's also blocked a bit, and he's got some assisted damage from tracking those enemy tanks earlier on as well. Looking for a shot on the Object 704. Doesn't quite have it, so the 215B, that'll be it. There's the top gun. Looks like someone else shot him, maybe just before Jordybro did, and it took him down to low enough health for Jordy to pick up his top gun. Always a good feeling when you pick up your 6th kill. And will the 704 present itself? No, it won't. Comprehensive win in the game. In that game, 15-6, as we have a very quick look at the post-game battle results. It's an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for the big German tank destroyer. Bruiser, duelless fire for effect, high caliber for doing at least 20% of the total hit points of damage to the enemy vehicles, and of course the top gun for getting 6 kills. On the second page you can see Geordie comprehensively topped the scoreboard there. 1,085 base experience, 5,884 hit points of damage for 6 kills. Fired 14 shots, 11 hit, 10 did damage, and that was enough for an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. Made a little bit of coin there. I didn't really pay attention to see if he was firing any premium ammunition. I don't think he was, but I think he had to use some consumables. Anyway, there it is, the T11OE4, driven by Jordybro of 1AR fame. Of course, he's been in a few clans over the years, but he loves his big Tier 10 tanks. An Ace Tanker in the Tier 10 American Tank Destroyer. Thanks for the replay, Jordy. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care, and see you all next time.